Jeez.
What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. Steve, good morning to you. How you doing on this fine Sunday morning? I love that shirt.
It's snowing, dude.
Yeah, talk to me about that, man. Are you guys buried yet?
Not yet, but we got some snow, which is kind of rare because last year didn't snow at all. This is like the
That's
biggest snowstorm in 2 years, and it's not
it's
even a
not
big storm.
rare. It's not rare that you get snow.
No, it's been 2 years, bro.
Since you got snow,
Yeah, we didn't get any snow last year.
really?
Yeah,
We
like
didn't
really.
either.
I
Huh.
think we got like a couple dustings, but I don't even think I pulled out the shovel. I think I just like swept off the walkways last year whenever it snowed.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been we've been snowless. But we
Snowless.
got
There's
some
nothing
sleet
worse.
right now. We got some sleet right now. Maybe some snow coming soon. Today we already got a couple inches, and we'll see how it goes. It's a great day to advance in the cup. I'll tell you
That's
that.
what I'm talking about. And you said before the show started that Arsenal are heavy favorites.
They are. Yep.
What the hell is that about?
Well, like I was, first of all, they're home, I believe, right? Um, and second, they're people are thinking that we're going to put out a weaker lineup than them, like a much weaker
Well,
lineup. Plus, we don't have Mo, so that changes things.
we that's very, very true. And we don't have Endo. So if I was a betting man, maybe I would say Arsenal are favorites, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's not like we're going to put out a weak lineup. We just have to rotate.
Well, hopefully they don't rotate too much.
Do you think Jota or Diaz gets the start? Because Diogo Jota, man, he is something
Uh,
else.
I think Jota will get on. I think they'll both start.
Really?
Hmm.
You think Jota starts ahead of Gakpo then?
Yeah,
No kidding.
Darwin on the left, Nunez up top, and then on the
That's
right,
Wait, no,
Elliot,
you just
Gakpo,
hold on. You just said Darwin on the left, then you said Nunez up top.
Jota up top,
Okay.
and then on
You're
the
throwing
right,
me off.
whoever you want on the right. Throw Elliot, maybe Gakpo. Who knows? Diaz on the right. I don't care.
I'm putting Elliott on the right. That was in our channel members know this. I put Elliott on the right because he's 100% better as a winger, more productive as a winger. My midfield, Jones, Gravenberch, and McAllister, so relatively strong. Back line, I went with Gomez at left back, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, and Connor Bradley with Kelleher in goal.
You said Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would just say I think Allison might play today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
What do you
don't know.
guys
I
think in the
haven't I
chat?
haven't watched any of the like press conferences or anything like that, so I don't know if it's already been said that Kelleher will start, but I think we're going to put Allison in. I hope we do.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference, man. Allison is just a game changer in that goal. And if Arsenal go really strong and we have a defense like we do with Connor, if we start Connor Bradley at the right, maybe they'll put a lot of shots on target. Maybe that justifies starting Allison. But first off, I want to say good morning to everyone in the chat. Dustin, Alor, Malor, Yogesh, excuse me. Oyvind, my mother's in here. Good morning. Steve, blinking, legend. Good morning to everyone. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the chat throughout the show. And Steve, we're going to start something off here with your absolute favorite thing to talk about, transfers. Your absolute favorite. And none other than Kylian Mbappe is back being linked with Liverpool. And I don't even have a specific link. I just want to show everyone how it's just everywhere, right? And here's the thing before I even click on any of these, Steve. It goes without saying that Kylian Mbappe makes unbelievably too much money. And if he came to Liverpool, I read a comment on one of the link posts, and it said, "Yeah, Kylian Mbappe is going to come to Liverpool to give up partial ownership of PSG, one what is it, $1 million a week for 200K and goal incentives." And I'm like, in theory, that's exactly what he's given up.
Yeah, it would have to be a major. It just depends what type of person he is. A couple years ago, if you asked me this question, would he come? I would have said yes. But I think his ego has grown. He's become a better player, of course. And I just don't know if he would be. I don't know if he would take those pay cuts to do this. I mean, even if he goes to Real Madrid, he's got to take some sort of cut. But it's different.
You think he would take a pay cut at Madrid?
Yes.
Well, here's my thinking. I don't
They're
think
not
he
giving him
would.
a million a week at Madrid. I think they already made an offer.
Well, they're given what blows my mind is how much they gave Jude Bellingham to go there. I mean,
What's he get?
Jude Bellingham's making 500K a week.
Is he?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of money. And DJ Palsy P, what's up? Says Mbappe's linked to us every year, and he is. This time, like I mean, look, you guys can see the headlines, right? Kylian Mbappe agrees to sacrifice 69 million as Liverpool step up transfer chase. Liverpool rocked by Mbappe double blow. Man United offered dream mid all right. Liverpool need to sacrifice Mo Salah and up to 5 other stars. Which honestly, that one's probably the most realistic one. I mean, just in terms of pay. I gotta look at one of these articles.
It looks like Bellingham is on about 500K, a little bit less, 480.
That's absurd, right? It's
He's only
absurd that
20.
he's on that much.
He's only 20.
So this is what I'm saying. To get Mbappe there, they're gonna pay him $1 million a week. They have to.
They also want Holland. I've been hearing, obviously, everybody would love to
Could
have
you
Holland.
imagine Mbappe and Haaland?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they can do both.
That's like not even fair.
No, because I mean, they might be able to swing it, but you'd have to really carve up that squad. You'd have to give up some other very important players, and then all of your eggs are essentially in two baskets at that point. So if one gets hurt, which is inevitable, everybody gets hurt every year to some extent, you're just pouring money down the drain. I mean, how long has Holland been out now?
Out like injured?
Yeah, he's been out injured. So it's not like you're getting guys that.
No, wait. Hold on. No. Did you ask me how long he's been out injured?
Yeah,
I didn't think he was out injured.
Holland?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's missed like a couple months.
Couple months.
He's been on 14 Premier League goals for 3 months, Kyle.
Okay, maybe he is out. I don't know, dude. I don't even follow Man City. All I know is that
he's played 15 matches in the Prem. So maybe he hasn't been hurt that much. But maybe a month, I don't know.
Good God, the amount of money they're paying Mbappe is absurd. It's actually really not, though, when you think about it. When you think about what American athletes make, it's actually kind of a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Way more money over here.
So now this Mbappe is from an interview to the Telegraph in 2022. This quote, he said, "I talked to Liverpool because it's my favorite club. It's the favorite club of my mom." He said, "I don't know why. You'll have to ask her. It's a good club. I talked to them 5 years ago when I was in Monaco. I met them. It's a big club." So all the reports about Mbappe, guys, have been based on this one interaction that Klopp had with Mbappe in 2017 when he spoke with him when he was at Monaco before he went to PSG. That's it. Everyone is holding on to this interview that he did from 2 years ago and from an interaction he had with Jurgen Klopp 6 years ago. 7 years ago, Jesus. It's kind of insane when you think about it.
It's just ridiculous money.
I mean, do you think in any world it's possible that Kylian Mbappe comes to Liverpool? In any world, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's just gonna change things forever for this club.
In what sense?
It's going
Money
to
wise?
totally, yeah, money wise, it's gonna change everything. Now, that said, I think it goes without saying that he's one of those players that is an outlier as it pertains to like comparing his wages or potential wages to other players. Like just because he comes in does not mean that all of a sudden, you know, Trent has to make 600K. Like these guys will understand that to some extent.
I
He's
agree.
a once in a life, not even lifetime, more than that. He has the potential to be one of the best players of all time, maybe the best. I mean, it's hard to say that because you look at Ronaldo, who's like still pouring in goals. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, but
But
in the
you get
Saudi
what I
league,
mean. You
yeah, yeah,
get what
yeah.
I mean. Yeah, but even in the Saudi league, I don't want to get into this. He's scored a ridiculous amount of goals, and if you watch his highlight reel, they're not tap-ins. He's hitting lasers,
Oh, so he's not
crazy
Holland.
headers. Left, he has more left-footed goals in 2023 than Messi.
So he's not Holland, is what you're
Who?
saying. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's not Holland. He doesn't just
What?
tap it in.
Oh, right, right.
Right.
Yeah, Ronaldo's been ridiculous over there. He's had a resurgence, and
Right,
and
right.
not to mention that league isn't the worst. It's
Look,
not the worst.
look, let's think about it. Some other things with that league right now that we're on the topic. Bobby Firmino is actually thinking about getting loaned to a Premier League club. So is Jordan Henderson.
Fulham for Bobby, I heard.
Yep.
It's just so funny. It's like
It's hilarious.
people are asking like, would you take them back? Like Hendo, no, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't take
Bobby,
Hendo back.
because I love him, yes, but it's never gonna happen. Um,
I'd take Bobby back so quick, it's not even funny.
well, I think we'd need to have a couple of injuries for that to happen. Like we'd need to see like a couple strikers go down. You
True.
know. Also, he's probably making insane money. So I guess with a loan, you pay a loan fee and then a percentage of the wages, I would imagine. I don't
Right.
even know what Bobby makes.
That's the thing. If it so we'd likely be paying him, if it was a loan, what he was making at the club before he left, which was 180K. So we'd probably be paying him the same exact amount and having Al Ali cover the rest or Al Hilal, whatever team he's on. Sir Scotty says I'd take Bobby. I agree 100%. I mean, but again, we're just kind of grasping at straws here. Who I don't think that any of that's really going to happen. Um, Bailey says I don't think you should take back players that already left, and I agree. I don't think it's good. Uh, what's the word? It's kind of tacky, I'd say, to take back a player like that, especially 6 months after he left the club.
He's making like 300 and about 330K a week.
Right. So the most we would pay, we would have to pay basically what he was getting at the club, bro.
Yeah, but he's not
Which to
coming
me,
back.
yeah, no, he's not coming back. Back to Mbappe though. So someone in the comments here said that imagine if Holland went to Madrid and Mbappe went to Liverpool. I find myself thinking about this all the time. I cannot. If we couldn't get Jude Bellingham, we cannot get Mbappe. That was my first thought. And the main reason is because look, Jude Bellingham is English. He had all these options of coming to the Premier League. He would have come to Liverpool, and he still opted for Real Madrid. Likely for the money. He says the Champions League final had something to do with it. I think Madrid told him to say that. But if Madrid get Haaland, like you said earlier, they wouldn't be able to pay both. What would need to happen, Steve, in order for Mbappe to actually come to Liverpool? Like strategically, financially, what actually needs to happen, Steve?
Salah would go. Um, Incentives, a lot of incentives.
It's the only way we'd be able to even compete with what he's making now.
Yeah, we'd probably have to move on from Salah and someone else, someone that's worth a bunch, maybe Nunez.
Thiago's probably making the most. next to Van
No, I
Dijk and
mean like
Trent.
for sales. We'd have to sell some players. And I think Nunez is probably one of the more expensive players right now, worth the most. We'd have to move on from him. I think somebody like that,
Yep.
and Salah would have to go. We'd have to sell Salah for however much, 200 million.
So we'd let a. I mean, I would still. I'd call Salah still part of our core.
No, he is, but if you can't do both, you
No.
can't not get that money. And is his contract up in the summer, or does he have one more year?
Who, Salah?
Yeah.
No. He has 1 or 2 more years actually, because
So
he
you could
signed the
still sell him.
extension. He signed the extension
If you
last
sell him
summer.
for 200 million, that's Mbappe's wages for what, 2 years? 3 years?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
God.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's how you could swing it. And I don't think Mbappe would sign a long-term contract here anyways, because I think the long-term goal is always to get to Real Madrid.
Well, and I think that's what everyone's overlooking, at least all these reports. I mean, he has said he wants to go to Madrid. I don't see a world where he doesn't end up at Real Madrid. And the thing about Real Madrid that does piss me off is they do get the best players, man. They have an unbelievable lineup. Like every top talent at one point in the world. Like right now, it's Mbappe. A couple years ago, it was Camavinga, right? And Holland and all these Bellingham. I mean, all these huge players, they all go to Madrid. There's just no getting them. You're not going to coax Kylian Mbappe to come to Liverpool. I cannot see it happening. He's not a Liverpool type player.
I don't think it's I don't think it's up to anyone but him though. I don't think he can be convinced. I think he's going to make his own decision based on his own evaluations of where he wants to be. It's not about Klopp getting on the phone and saying, "Oh, you're in our plans." Like, of course,
Right, right,
wherever
right.
you go, you're in the plans. It's about what does he want to do next? Not
Sure.
long term. What does he want to do next? I could see him coming, but again, we'd have to move on from Salah. We'd probably have to sell another big name. I don't think we'd sell Trent. He's probably worth um, the most of any player we have right now. It's Trent, Salah, and then I think you're looking at like the Nunez's of the world. Then probably Szoboszlai. But in any event, um, the club would have to get rid of Salah, and you'd have to sell him to Saudi for insane money, and that would cover Mbappe's wages for however long he signs a contract. Let's just say we sell Salah for 200 million. What is that divided by 3? Let's just do some quick
75 roughly.
66 million a
66.
year.
Yeah.
But what's 66 divided by 50? That'd be 1.2 million a week. That we could have let's just this is just a direct comparison. We're not going to do that, but let's just say he signed a 5-year deal, right? So uh so it'd be 40 million
Okay, so 40 million, which is
at 52 weeks. 769K a week.
God,
So
that number.
but if you think about it, if it would be that simple, then it could work. 769K a week. Okay. That's what we can cover for a 5-year deal just from the Salah sale for 200 million.
You think Salah would go for 200 mil?
I do.
Really?
Yep.
I know why you would say that. I do. I know why you would say that. But his age is the only thing. And
Right, but he's Muslim. That league is blowing up. They have unlimited
oh,
funds.
you mean
It's
to
perfect
Saudi. To
to
Saudi, we could
Saudi.
charge what we want.
That's what
We
I
could
mean. That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what would have to happen.
You're right. Because
And if you think, then we can cover Mbappe's wages for however many years he wants to be here.
Yeah.
If they think about it like that, it's a clean trade-off because Mbappe's out of contract, so there's no fee to get him. That's the kicker here, is that you don't have to buy him. It's just wages. And if
What's the
let's just say you
risk?
sell Nunez for 70 million and Salah
Yeah.
for 150 to 200, then you're 200 to 270 million. that you can
And
spend on wages for Mbappe. It's very doable.
and this basically hammers your point home, Steve. Bailey asks, if Salah goes, who do you think would be a good signing to replace him? The only one who would be worth replacing Salah is Kylian Mbappe. Are we wrong in saying that?
Well, they play different positions to an
And
extent.
I'm strictly speaking production because you could put Diogo Jota on the right. You could start putting Harvey Elliott on the right. It's not a positional swap. It's a value and production swap.
Um,
Salah's production,
yeah, it would go
the
to
last
Mbappe. Mbappe would replace the production
right.
to some extent.
There is nobody else who I can confidently say, hey, if we sold Salah and bring this guy in, they'd give us exactly the same production, other than Kylian Mbappe,
Right, right. So you
personally.
replace Salah's production there, and then at that point you move Elliott up to the right. You switch Joe to Gakpo, one of these guys to the right,
Sure.
or you get somebody like Bowen,
J- You
because
know what's
Bowen's
funny, dude?
nasty.
He's nasty as hell, I know. But the funniest part about this is we're going Salah for Mbappe, and then we just drop in Jared Bowen because Klopp loves Jared Bowen, bro. I know, I know that if Salah leaves and we don't get Mbappe, guess who's coming in, guys? You already know the answer. It's Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen will be there because Klopp loves him. I love watching him play. Well, what are his stats this year, Steve?
They're very good. Let's see.
Yeah. Like, and Damien says it here. Klopp loves Bowen. He really does. He talks about him all the time.
2 seasons ago, 21-22, he had 12 goals, 10 assists in the league. This year he's got 11 goals, 2 assists in 19 matches.
Those are great stats. He
And
plays
then
for
he's
West
got 2
Ham.
goals in the EFL Cup. So he's got 13 goals, 2 assists in 23, 24 matches. Great numbers.
Yeah, no,
Great
really
numbers.
good
And
numbers.
you wouldn't have to pay him a high wage. You'd probably have to fork over some cash to get him. But I can't see
They're
anything north of 60.
No, I think West Ham are in a position where they could probably charge 70, 80.
Picture that though.
No, I'm picturing it. I think they could because they're coming off of a winning a trophy last season with Jared Bowen as being one of their, if not the most productive attacker. They have the power in this situation. It's our job to negotiate it, of course, but
He didn't have a very good year last year, but I get what you mean. You're right.
right,
But he
right.
didn't have a very good year last year.
Hmm.
He's just lighting it up right now. You take him out of that West Ham team, they are garbage.
You- so West Ham, for me, it's like Jared Bowen and Lucas Paqueta are just superstars in that team. Aylor brings up a good point. I thought Bowen was like 26 or 25 or 26. He's going to be 28 this year, which still young. Don't get me wrong. But think about you can still get solid. What's solid? 31, 32?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, right? Say Salah leaves this summer. You get Jared Bowen in. You get 3 solid years out of Jared Bowen before he becomes Salah's age and Salah's still producing. You know, gives Elliott time to develop. That's where I'm at. Let's head over to the chat for some comments here. Everest here says, problem with Mbappe is that for his wage is so high that it'll break for our club's wage structure and go against what we stand for. Well, all right. So this was the debate we had with Mo Salah's extension, right? Steve, let's backtrack to this. You are allowed to break the wage structure for a player that is worth breaking it for, right? We did it with Salah. I thought, and I said this, you guys can go back and look. I said Salah should be happy with us offering him 250 and incentives. What do Liverpool do? Offer him 350, way above what I thought they were ever going to offer him. But they did it because he's that good. If you're getting Kylian, if Mbappe changes his mind, comes out, says, I only want to join Liverpool Football Club, the club would do whatever they needed to do to pay him.
And
They would
that
have
means
to.
selling Salah because he's the only one that will put up a major stink about the wages anyways.
Right.
Because of all the back and forth and the long dragged out negotiations there were, or lack thereof. I don't think it was very negotiation heavy. I think it was like a big time waiting game for Salah. But if you remove Salah from the club, that's what you'd have to do for Mbappe. Then I think everybody else would just fall in line. It does break the wage structure, but again, like we said, this is one of those times where that stuff goes out the window. And not to mention, it would be good for us because if Mbappe came, then Klopp's extending. It's that simple.
And he
FSG have to
wants to
think about
extend
that as
already.
well.
He wants
Right,
to extend already.
right. But if Mbappe comes, it's a definite extension for Klopp. We have Klopp for another 3 or 4 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. No doubt about it. He would love to coach Mbappe.
I think if we win something this season, doesn't matter what it is, Klopp extends again. I think he extends another 2 years. I think Klopp right now, he wants to retire, but he knows that he's found a place where he almost I think this is almost like a legacy dynasty situation with Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool at this point. I mean, you look at Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, hell, look at he is I think he knows that if he leaves, it's almost like he would be doing himself a disservice, right? He can not only make the fans happy, make the team happy, make the team successful and sustain all this success, he can boost his legacy by staying longer. Even if he wants to leave, it's like I don't know, it's like almost like you're ready to retire but you're like, Let me stay for that social security. Let me
Yeah,
do it." Like that's
yeah.
almost I feel like that's what Klopp's doing. So I don't see a world where he does leave when his contract is up in 2026, regardless if he gets Mbappe or not. I think look what he's doing. He's completely rebuilding the team at this point, bro.
It's it's one of those things where it's like now or never for Mbappe. If he doesn't come now, he's never coming. So
Yeah, because he's
the
not doing
the other thing
Madrid,
is
then
he needs to
Liverpool.
think about is Virgil's back to his best, but let's face it, he's getting older. So I mean, if I'm Mbappe, I'm looking at this team and I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I got to do it right now because
Here's the
Virgil's still
thing.
got a few years left. Allison's got a few years left. Soboslai is young. Everybody else is pretty young for the most part.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I still can't believe how young Soboslai is. Dude's 23 years old. Even Kanate is 24. I mean, you
Younger
look
than
at
Trent. Yeah.
it's unreal. Even Trent, 25, right? I mean, we have so much young talent in the team. The the Salas, the Van Dykes, those guys, that's a different story. But even Gakpo, what's Gakpo? 24?
Yeah, something like that.
Nunez, 23, 24. I mean, I get what you're saying, bro. Like, I understand Salah's sitting, or not Salah, Mbappe's sitting there. Like, if there's any time to go to Liverpool, it's right now. So I get that. I still think if I had to put a percentage on it, there is a 2% chance he's coming to Liverpool. If you're Mbappe, if you're Holland, if you're any top player in the world, everyone in your circle is saying you go to Madrid, regardless of how good Liverpool is doing, unless you understand the club's aura, pull, fan base, legacy, and you want to be part of that, or you absolutely want to play for Jurgen Klopp, which I don't understand why no one or anyone wouldn't want to play for him. Those are real factors in coming to Liverpool. I think once you reach this certain peak, and this is not a knock on Liverpool, I just think this is how the culture of European football works. You go to Madrid. It used to be Barcelona, right? But Barcelona fell the off. They just nosedived. And now it's Madrid. I mean, it's always kind of been Madrid, but they just, you put on that white kit, you're the best, you're one of the best players in the world all of a sudden. That's the pull.
I think he's just bigger than that. And it comes down to the manager for me. I think Liverpool is a bigger draw right now for Mbappe because he wants to play with a great manager. Now, Ancelotti is a great manager, but he's not going to be around much longer. They're barely hanging on to him by a thread as we speak. And he's coached so many good players over the years. I don't think he's the type of guy to be like, "Oh, we got Mbappe, let me stick around for 5 more years." Like he's already thinking about his next job, maybe the Brazil job at some point.
He's a journeyman.
Right, right. He doesn't I don't think he cares as much. to stick around if an Mbappe comes through like a Klopp would. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to be up to Kylian what he wants to do. And this next decision is the biggest decision of his career. He's French, so it makes sense to go to PSG, especially coming from Monaco. He's already done all you can do. He's already achieved success at the highest levels. Now he wants Champions Leagues. But a big part of that comes with manager. So it's you can't really make the wrong decision, I don't think.
No, it's a win-win. I mean, you go to Liverpool, it's a great decision. You go to Madrid, it's a great decision. Madrid at this point in time are the best club in the world, right? I mean, if we couldn't get Mbappe in 2017, I don't think we can get him now. I think the time to get Kylian Mbappe was 2017, and he still chose to go to PSG.
Well, it's because he's French, dude.
Right.
Club.
No, I'm completely with you, dude. I felt like he was going to be a career PSG player. But at some point, when you have Lionel Messi and you guys can't win a Champions League, it's like, this club is garbage. I need to go somewhere. And Neymar, Jesus, Sergio Ramos, all these other guys, Donnarumma. If you can't win with these guys, you got to go to Madrid. I mean, something is chronically wrong at PSG. And I think it's the same thing Man United
They don't play tough matches, dude.
No.
So they get into the Champions League and it's like, whoa. It's just a different animal.
They don't, even if they did go to the final, right? Was it the final or semifinals?
No. Probably semis, maybe once or twice, but no, they didn't go to the final.
Who did Bayern beat in the finals during COVID? When Coutinho, I thought it was PSG.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Am I wrong on that?
I don't know. Dermot says, would you take Hendo back? No, absolutely not.
No. Hendo, you're not coming back. You made the choice to go. You're staying. Bobby, you're welcome back whenever you'd like, sir.
Whenever you want.
Yes.
Yeah, Bayern.
See, I knew it. It was Bayern PSG.
That was a different team, though. That was a much different team.
COVID was a weird time, bro.
Well, you had Messi PSG. Wasn't there.
You had PSG in the Champions League final. God. Yeah. That's how weird at times you knew it was.
Yeah, it was weird. Bayern was really good that year.
God, they were, man. That was
Thiago lit up the Champions League that year. Oh my God, he was so good. He was so good that year. Speaking of him, hopefully he comes back soon. I think we're knocking on the door to get him back.
I freaking hope so, dude. Him and Bajcetic. Where the hell is Bajcetic? You would think Bajcetic got fired from the club. Dude hasn't played in damn near. Wait, he played the first game of the year, didn't he?
And then he was out. I saw a video of him eating in the cafeteria the other day. I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Are you?
You're still here? No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. What about Ramsey? Where's Ramsey at? Oh, he's on loan, right? We talked about this.
Yeah, he's on loan, and then we gave Pitaluga a new deal, by the way, guys, and then we're sending him out on loan. Which to me is a sign that Kelleher ain't going anywhere. I think. Oh man, I just think this club this is one of, I think since maybe 16, 17 or 17, 18, this is the most excited I've been about our young guys. And transitioning over to the match today, dude, I cannot wait to see Harvey Elliott play on the wing.
I don't know if he's gonna, dude.
I'm so confident he's gonna start him on the wing.
I hope so.
It's gonna happen.
He's a baller. I hope he plays. I'll have my Elliott jersey on today, just for him.
You better have your Elliott jersey on there today. Aylor here talking about. Oh yeah, Fabio Carvalho. We recalled him as well. Poor guy, man. He just wants to play football. He can't get football anywhere. Romano says, understand Wolves have asked for Fabio Carvalho on loan until the end of the season. And we're seeing the same exact reports, guys, that Carvalho is in Liverpool's plans for next season. Okay? Carvalho, and I want to remind everyone of this, played a lot of football when we first signed him. He came in the summer, and probably the first month or two when he was here, played in 8 to 10 matches. He played a lot of football. And he only scored against Newcastle, I think. He scored maybe 1 goal in a cup. I didn't think he was personally that bad. And then the reports came out about, maybe his attitude or his work ethic, and Klopp loans him out. There was also the report suggesting that he wasn't a Klopp signing. He was a backroom staff signing. That reminds me. There was something in Bobby Firmino's book that I wanted to talk about. Oh, it was the contract. So you brought up the stalemate with Salah's contract when we were discussing Salah and Saudi and the money and all that. Bobby and Liverpool were in discussions for a contract extension. And he kind of brushed over it in his book. But he said, he goes, we weren't making any progress on the contract talks. Neither sides were budging. So reading that, I just think to myself, like, no, we weren't motivated to keep him. The club is just kind of like, we're going to offer what we offer, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So it makes me think, how easily could we have lost Salah if Salah didn't get what he wants? I mean, look at what the club did. They went to Salah while he was on holiday and wherever he was to have him sign the contract. It pisses me off that I'm not getting the same vibes with Bobby Firmino. I would drop everything I'm doing and go to the ends of the earth to give that man a new extension. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. So going back to Carvalho, is he in our plans for next season, Steve?
No.
Where's the kid going to play?
I don't know, dude.
He's not playing anywhere. He's not beating anyone out.
I could see him as a cup player, but he hasn't done enough to show progression because he's not playing, Kyle. Why do they even give him a kit anywhere he goes? He doesn't play.
I don't know.
Also, Leipzig's not a small club. Send him somewhere he can play. Where he's one of the best players on the team. Send him into the championship. I don't care.
Yo, get everyone on Blackburn Rovers, bro. Everybody who goes to Blackburn Rovers just balls out.
Yeah.
Seriously. Java here says Soboslai's been lethargic lately. Yeah, man. Dude, what the hell happened to Soboslai?
He's tired.
From what?
From playing in a real league. Playing in a real league.
Yeah, no, that's such a valid point. Yeah. I mean, he was playing in, Germany, right? That's not...
Spare me.
Germany's pretty physical.
It's okay. I'm not doing this. I can't. It's a totally different animal, dude.
You better do it. You're not getting out that easy.
There are 0 easy matches in the Premier League. 0. Even Luton Town and Sheffield can push you to the 97th minute. It's just a different animal, dude. We're halfway through the season. He deserves a break. He deserves a little bit of slack, I think. He's tired.
Stop over criticizing Soboslai. All right, fair. He's tired. But that never stopped anyone for criticizing Henderson. If he looked tired. I mean, what gives Soboslai a pass? Because he was good at the start of the season? No.
People thought he was going to be PFA Player of the Year. You gotta slow down. Like,
I mean,
he was hot.
He was unbelievable. But that's my question. It's not like he's gone from PFA Player of the Year to, he's had some bad games. The last 4 games, I've just been watching Soboslai play like, you're just bad right now.
Yeah.
Your passes are awful. He's probably 50% pass completion since 4 games ago. But regardless, Steve, I mentioned my starting lineup for the match today earlier. What's yours? And guys, let us know your starting 11 prediction in the chat below. I'd mentioned several times that I think Elliott's going to start on the right wing with Salah at AFCON. Steve, let me hear it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick Elliott in there as well. So here's my back line. I think Alisson's going to get the nod because he's that important. And it sucks for Kelleher, but this is just my opinion. And then I'm going to go Bradley at right back, Kwanzaa, Virgil, Gomez at left back, Jones, Gravenberch, and McAllister in the 6. Nunez on the left, Jota up top, Elliott on the right. And then you'll
Okay.
see Gakpo and Diaz in the second half.
All right. So the only change, you're starting Nunez instead of Gakpo for me.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if Klopp did the opposite. I feel like Gakpo needs a game.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, man. I mean, I so here's my thinking. He either plays like Diaz, Gakpo, Elliott, or you see Gakpo get benched and it's like Jota and Darwin on the left. I think Darwin on the left is so much more productive than through the middle. I'd like to see some stats on that just to see if my hunch is right. But like his statistics when he starts on the left versus centrally.
I agree. I think he's less panicky, if you will, less pressure to put one in the back of the net when he's on the left, and his pace and his stamina, which is unmatched, by the way.
Hmm.
He can take you deep into a game and just keep burning whoever the right back is that's faced up against him. Diaz can't do that. Diaz gets tired. Um, Now Frank says I'd play Diaz on the right. I have seen some predicted lineups with Diaz on the right, which is obviously just a shot in the dark,
Hmm.
but it's possible. It's certainly possible. And if you have
Dude,
Jota,
Diaz has
Darwin,
no
Diaz,
left foot. He I'm sorry, I don't want to be overcritical of that prediction, but I feel like if you're going to start anyone on the right, it's Jota,
it's not a bad, yeah, it's not a bad shout.
you know? Sorry. I had to get that in there.
But yeah, the Red Life says it's going to be a tough game no matter what R11 is. Arsenal have to go strong, and that's why Arsenal are heavy favorites today.
Yeah.
Maybe not heavy favorites, but they're favorited. Plus, they're home. They need this more than we do. We've seen a lot of people say that they don't care if Liverpool drop out of this. The other thing is a draw gets us a replay at Anfield. So that would be I don't want to see that because I'd rather just win and move on.
Right,
But another
and
game in the fixture
I
list
was
is
just
a
going to
lot.
say it's another game you got to play. Oyvind says Arsenal's not even favorites. And someone else I wanted to bring up, they were asking
They are
uh,
favorites by
Connor
quite a bit.
Bradley against Martinelli. When you
Well,
put it like that,
Martinelli's in all sorts of shit form.
really,
It's awful right now.
who's in
Arsenal
good?
fans are calling for him to be benched.
Really,
Yep. Yep.
and bring back. Is it Nicholas Pepe?
Oh
Is
my
it his
God.
time? Is it his time? I don't even know if he's at the club anymore,
Dude, they might still own him.
dude. If they
You
still
know
own
those
him,
players that they're just still owned by these clubs and you just have no idea? I feel like Pepe might be one of those guys.
dude, it's like Pepe and Van de Beek. They're like these two players that are just absolutely in the trenches of the lineup. Like they cannot find their way out of the basement.
Well, Van de Beek went to Frankfurt, I think. I
I don't
think it
care
was a
where
loan. It might have been a loan.
I don't care where the hell he went.
Yeah, like last week though, like recently, I
Yeah,
think.
no, it was recent. God, man. Tony, what's going on, man? Uh yeah, look, I think Connor Bradley. I mean, people look at the name and they just think, "Oh, not talented young guy." Look, do the eye test, guys. When Connor Bradley has played, I have been so impressed. I don't know how you feel, Steve, but I'm honestly, it's not like Luke Chambers. Luke Chambers, not impressed. Connor Bradley is actually really freaking good.
Show me something today.
He just bodies Martinelli.
Show me something today. Show me an engine today. That's all I want to see.
Oh my
I want
God.
to see physical play and I want to see you in the engine room working.
Just straight
Earn it.
shoveling coal
Earn it.
into the engine
If
block.
he puts in a crazy, yes, dude, if he puts in a literally like the Titanic,
Yeah,
just
literally.
grab the coal and throw it in there 1,000 times over and never take a breath. If he puts in a shift today, if he really balls out, he could earn himself a first team spot.
Ah,
Today's an important match. It's probably the biggest match of his career.
I'd agree.
Depending on who you ask, this match is big. For some people, don't care. Arsenal's going to go strong. Somebody's saying Jesus is out. which is good.
Can I just bring up the fact that Gabriel Jesus looks like he could break out into tears at any moment?
Yeah.
He has that face. It's like he always looks like he's about to cry. And that pisses me off. I don't know why it pisses me off. Like, I have no idea why it makes me so mad. But I just want to look at him and be like, stop crying. Because didn't he cry? He got like a red card and he was crying in the tunnel or something.
Well, he's
No,
crying because he's shit,
it
Kyle.
was
He's
it
dog
was
shit.
Brazil. It was Brazil.
Yeah,
That's what it
he's
was.
crying because he's dog shit. He came to Arsenal last year. They got off to the super hot start. He was a really big part of that, and now he's back to dog shit. So I would be crying too.
Oh my
If
god.
you're, dude, like literally, he loses game time to Nketiah.
I like him.
I would be crying all day long. Eddie Nketiah?
I like him.
Dude, Arsenal are calling for a striker. They need a striker. They need more goals. If I'm Jesus, I'm crying because of that. Because you're supposed to be a great player. You had great seasons at Man City. You started off hot with Arsenal last year. Now they want to bring in a striker because you're dog shit. I would be crying as well. Think about it. Think about it. If you're supposed to be the guy to a top Premier League side, bagging the goals, and you're not, and they all Arsenal fans want is a striker in January. They're praying for it
Yeah.
all over the fucking globe. Excuse my French. I would be crying too. It's such a slap in the face because it means he sucks.
Theo, what's going on, man? The Red Life says you think they will sign Solanke?
That's what I've been reading too, and it's like, go ahead and sign Solanke and watch
Solanke?
him rot. Watch him rot.
This is the problem, right? I think clubs will only sign the hot player. They don't do their due diligence with scouting. Solanke is not a bad striker, right? What does he have? 13 goals or something this year? 12,
Yeah,
13?
he's
Something like
hot.
that. I'm not saying that Solanke couldn't go to Arsenal and be a good player. I'm not saying that, okay? But if you're Arsenal, on paper, Gabriel Jesus versus Dominic Solanke, am I wrong in saying that's a downgrade?
Um,
And look,
hmm.
I'm not speaking literally, because if you look at Gabriel Jesus for Solanke, statistically, you're saying to yourself Solanke's definitely the better option. But it might just be form, dude.
It's form. And also nobody on Solanke's team can do shit.
And he still has 12 goals.
But that's what I'm saying is there's not a lot of goals to go around. We've had this conversation before. When you
I
play
know.
in a team like Arsenal that scores a bunch, not recently, but there's got to be multiple people putting up numbers. That's not the case with Solanke. And the same goes for somebody like, I don't know, Ollie Watkins, right? Somebody that Arsenal could potentially look at. I wouldn't be surprised if he came to Arsenal and sucked. The same goes for Solanke because
They
you know what Ollie Watkins is. You know what
right.
Solanke is. These guys have been around for a while. There's a reason that they're on these clubs and people aren't bidding 100 million for them
Right.
because you know what you have. They're not great.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, right? Because Arsenal I've talked about this time and time again. They did the rebuild correctly. It was a really quick rebuild. And now they're starting to really spend, right? They got in Declan Rice for 100 plus mil. Great signing for them. They really did need a midfielder. They figured out their defense. Their defense this year has been absolutely solid, right up there with Liverpool statistically. Their attack is not bad. They still score goals, but you're right. The striker is what they're lacking. But I can't see Arsenal. It's same thing with Man United and Tottenham. They don't have the pull that a City or Liverpool have, or Chelsea even. For some reason, Arsenal is dumpster diving, taking sloppy seconds from City. Like, yeah, we'll take Jesus, right? And I thought that's a great signing. I really did. I thought it was a good signing. But you look at the players they're linked with. Dominic Solanke, Man United's linked with Evan Ferguson from Brighton. Like, what are these players? You just bought Hoyland, and you're being linked with Evan Ferguson. To me, it's just like the teams just take a little extra time like Liverpool do, scout your players a little bit better, and you might end up with a good striker. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Gabriel Jesus has 3 goals this season.
Wait. Can you just pull up Antony's stats real quick? Just for
These are great.
just to make me feel good. Our defense is solid. Our defense is top 2 in the
16
league.
matches, 0 goals. In Premier League this year.
God.
33 matches in 2023, I believe he played 1 goal.
Oh my God.
It's just...
And he starts every game, doesn't he?
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And dude, have you seen... Did I send you the meme of the Antony? It's like receives a through ball from Bruno, or like Bruno and Rashford on the attack, and it's like meanwhile Antony on the right wing, and it's just a kid spinning. Just a little kid like violently spinning.
Oh my God. Oyvind, you got this.
No, seriously.
Steve, are you worth 90 million? Is that what you're saying?
Dude, it is just let me do this as an example.
Please.
First of all, who's got more goals than Antony this season?
Endo.
Trent, Endo, Gravenberch,
Matip,
McAllister, Matip, Virgil.
Gomez is on the same playing field with Antony.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Elliott, Jones, probably Allison. No.
Yeah, Allison.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane how bad he is.
Kwanzaa does. Kwanzaa has more. That's
a good one. But enough about Man United. We don't care about them today. It's really Arsenal are going to put out a strong team. Hopefully we do as well. And they're in bad form, so they really need this win. It would make my life complete to win this in style, like Tony requested earlier in the chat here.
Look up here Arsenal's last few matches.
First of all,
you're right, they are struggling.
We haven't beat Arsenal in the last 3 matches. It was a loss and then I think 2 draws.
Yeah, we had a draw December 23rd. With Arsenal struggling. They've lost 2 in a row. West Ham and Fulham. And who'd they play in the previous FA Cup match? Does it even say? Or is this the first? Oh, wait. Is this the first FA Cup match of the year? I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah. So Arsenal coming off, that's unlike them, letting in 2 goals to West Ham, 2 to Fulham. They lost to Aston Villa. Yeah. But the thing is, dude, we're at the Emirates. That's going to be the tough part about this match. If we can, I'd consider this, and I rarely say this, if we draw, I think that's a win for us today.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, the only downside of the replay is obviously you're adding another game to the schedule, which is never good. We already play way too many games. But I think going to the Emirates, I mean, if we win, that's awesome, right? We all want to win. But it's a tough match, especially if we're rotating and Arsenal putting out a super tough squad. Their best squad.
It should be tough today. We'll see, though. I'm excited to see the lineup. That's going to drop in 25 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. When would the second game be? Do we know?
No.
Wouldn't it be like next week?
I have no idea. Somebody must know.
DJ Palsy says, you say our defense is solid. However, nearly every game we concede first. Dude, yeah. Good point. I'm strictly talking about goals conceded.
Yeah.
I think we're second in.
Also,
we might
hasn't been that bad lately. It's been a little bit better lately.
And
But
bro, we just like playing from behind. That's our tactic. We
yep.
literally just say to ourselves, look, guys, get behind early, and then we can really lay it on them.
Um,
So Frank's got the good mindset here. What second game? Yeah, let's not force a second game, but when would the second game be?
we have seven. We have the most clean sheets in the league.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm
Tied for the
confident.
most.
I'm confident in my original assessment saying that our defense is solid. It does suck to concede first every time, but that doesn't mean we have a bad defense.
It also sucks to look vulnerable a lot, but it
Oh, it
doesn't
just
necessarily.
dropped.
Oh, good. Just because we
Hold
look
on.
vulnerable quite a bit does not mean that we're a bad defense. That's the style. It's the system we play, and we have enough quality and experience and pace to get back. So unfortunately, we don't. We look very vulnerable at times, but I think Klopp's okay with that.
All right, where is this at here? Oh, I guess they drop an hour and a half beforehand. Oh, Gabriel Jesus is out.
Yep, I saw that.
All right, here we go. Let me pull this up here. Nope,
Naka,
that's not
Elliott,
it.
and Jones in midfield. Paul says.
Screw
Kenny
this.
G.
I'm not.
We need to defend better on corners.
Kenny.
I agree with that. Kenny G. Where's the clarinet, pal? Isn't that the guy's name? The saxophone clarinet player, Kenny G from the '90s, like a
Kenny G.
total legend.
Yeah, I think so. All right, here we
Kenny
go.
G.
All right. Allison in goal. Steve, you called it. Alexander. We went strong as hell, and Van Dyke isn't even playing.
Wait,
All right.
let's see it. Pull it up.
I'll just Jesus. I can't. I literally I was looking for it, but this really pisses me off. Let me just go to Twitter, man. Or X, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, as I pull this up, you got Allison, Trent, Kanate, Kwanzaa, and Gomez at the back line. All right.
Ooh.
That's a surprising back line to me. McAllister, Jones, and Gakpo in the midfield. All right.
Wait, Gakpo. Oh, I thought Elliott.
Gakpo's in the midfield, dude. Then I told you got Elliott, Nunez, and Diaz up front.
Let's go. I love it.
I mean, I think that's an awesome lineup, and let me pull it up for you guys here. And guess what? We're in the purple.
Oh, great. I can't
Big
wait
fan.
for this. I cannot
Big fan
wait
of that.
for this. I love when Harvey Elliott plays.
He's growing on me, man. I love watching him play now.
You got to just put the stats aside. You know, he's in midfield a lot of times. Like, so's Thiago. You know, like we never gave Thiago stink for stats or lack thereof. We don't give Jones a hard time for stats or lack thereof. Just
Sure.
because Elliott's supposed to be a winger, people look and they go, "Where's the production?" But he's not playing on the wing.
Right.
He's forced to defend quite a bit, and he's grown a lot in that aspect. You're going to see him put in a shift today. That's what he does. He puts in a shift. He does whatever the manager asks of him. And I think today, you're going to see his skill set on display. And keep an eye out for the right-footed crosses. What I've noticed about him is his right foot has gotten a lot better, and he's had some really accurate right-footed crosses, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
You know what I also like is when we do this a lot too, and he's really good at it. We'll do this like maybe Gakpo or Nunez or Diaz, someone just kind of holding up the ball on the edge of the area. And Elliott will do it too. But then there's a 1-2, right? A midfielder kind of pushes forward, gives the ball to the guy holding up play, and the guy holding up will just chip it over the top. And the midfielder will continue their run, or Salah will cut in from the outside. And Elliott does it beautifully, right or left footed. He'll just chip it over the top of the line and just lands right at the feet of Salah or the runner, whoever's making the run. And it's just beautiful to watch, dude. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I absolutely do. He's so good at that.
So,
I'm
guys,
trying
what
to
do you
see
think
if
of
I
this
can find the
lineup here,
Arsenal
man?
lineup.
Yeah, let's find the Arsenal lineup. Gabriel Jesus is out. I probably keep scrolling here. Let me go to the Arsenal. This is the one thing I do like about Twitter. It's just very quick. Oh, Lord have
Call it X,
mercy.
Kyle.
Yeah, shut up. It's Twitter. Oh, Van Dijk's sick. All right.
So he's not even
That's
on the
why.
bench?
I guess not. Let's go. Let's go. Favorite Klopp meme, bro. All right. Come on. Where's Arsenal at here? Trent captains the team, by the way. I love these memes, dude. Oh my god. All right. Hold on a second, dude. Can someone just show me Arsenal starting 11?
I don't think it's anywhere right now.
Why would it not be?
I don't know.
Come on, help me out, man. You know, Twitter, you're trash. Come on, guys. Help me out. Anyone in chat know the starting 11 for Arsenal? I don't like dark mode. No. I'm a light mode
Also,
guy.
people are saying we want Ramsdale in goal. Gosh.
That's really sad, man. They just kind of said screw you.
Yeah, and this guy Rhea has the lowest like save percentage like in the world or something like that.
Oh
We're
god.
so lucky. It just makes me think how lucky we are to
We're
not have
so
to worry
fortunate.
about 90% of the positions on our team. We don't even actually don't have to worry about any position really now. Left back maybe, but Gomez, first of all, shout out to Joe Gomez. That's all I'm going to say.
He's
He's an
been so
absolute
good.
baller this year.
So good this year.
What a servant he's been.
Honestly. Okay, I've given up trying it. You guys know the starting 11 for us though. But yes, Joe Gomez appreciation minute here, because this man, next to being a great versatile defender, has just shown his skills, his ball skills for number 1. He wants a goal. He's taking more shots this year than I've ever seen him take. And just I'm just going back to his versatility. The man's been playing left back. Like, he hasn't been playing left back since like the first game we signed him, when he was playing left back in the Asian Cup under Brendan Rodgers. And now Klopp said, both of our left backs are injured. We need you back there. He says, no problem, boss. Let me get back there. And he's just an animal, man.
It's probably exciting for him too.
Oyvind says, I didn't think there was a way back for Gomez, honestly. And I think we all echoed that sentiment, Oyvind, because we gave him the new contract, and I thought it was just kind of like a cover thing. Like, we need to just have an option. But Gomez has proven this year, maybe not that he deserves to be in the starting 11, but that he is truly worth being in this squad as a rotational player. I mean, he is so solid.
The only thing I worry about with him is all this game time and potential injuries.
Right.
But he has barely put a foot wrong, if at all.
Well, we don't have a choice either, dude. I mean, who else are we going to play? It's not like we can sit Gomez to prevent an injury.
Well,
I mean,
Samikas is back running. He's going to be back a lot quicker than people
Robertson too. They're both back. I'm very, very surprised that Robertson was out for as long as he was, but I know he had a torn labrum and stuff like that, so that makes sense. But originally, when I thought it was just a dislocated shoulder, I was like, pop that bitch back in and get him on the field.
Don't even come off.
Yeah.
Don't even step outside the line.
Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Get on the field.
It was a little bit more serious than that.
Yeah, I know. Originally, I was like, it's a shoulder. Anyways, he awesomely utilized Robbo and Kostas' injury. Yeah, and he's taking advantage, because if they didn't get injured, Steve, who knows when Gomez was going to play? It's few and far between. So he's really taken his chances and really done well with them. Steve, score predictions for today.
It's tough, man. I'm gonna go 3-2 Liverpool.
3-2
I
Liverpool. See,
think based on
I'm
our line, I was a little bit uncertain, honestly, about this game, but based on our lineup, I think we're gonna go 3-2.
3-2. See, yeah, no, I agree. The lineup is much stronger. So with Allison in goal, I'd be very surprised if we let in 2 goals. I'm going to say 1-1 replay. That's what I'm going with.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair.
Guys, we'll be doing a watch along here on the channel about 15 minutes before the match kicks off. We'll go live. Make sure you tune into that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. And thank you to all of our channel members. Make sure you like the stream if you enjoyed it, guys. Steve, any closing thoughts?
No, I don't know what's gonna happen today, but I do love the lineup, and I do think Anthony's the worst player in the world, and that's all I got.
Oh, he's absolutely awful. I mean, really, every player that they sign has just been a dumpster fire.
Yeah,
Sancho,
that club's in shambles.
Anthony, yeah.
I've said it before. Get Zidane, you can change your fortune. Until then, you'll be the laughing stock of the league, the
Yep.
laughing stock of the top 6 at least.
Yep.
And that's it.
Great closing thoughts, guys. Hope to see you guys all in the watch along. And until then, Reds, take care.